Hey everyone, today we're going to make our comfy garlic and herb bread. We start with 375 grams of water, and then I have my active sourdough starter. We put in about 60 grams, and then we give that a good stir to start breaking down the sourdough starter in the water. Next we add our flour. I start with 250 grams of bread flour, and then I do 250 grams of our all-purpose flour. After that, I do 10 grams of salt, and then start giving that a good stir. And after that, I'll mix it with my hand just to make sure everything's combined really well. And then let it autolyze, which is just resting and letting all the ingredients get active for 30 minutes. And that's what it looks like. And this is my first round of stretch and folds. And I start adding my herbs. I have parsley, rosemary, Italian herbs, and oregano. And I do a couple tablespoons of each. And I keep doing my first round of stretch and folds. And these I do every 15 minutes. You can see the dough is looking great. And my next round of stretch and folds. And you want to make sure the dough isn't tearing. You want it to stretch, but you don't want to break down the gluten. And then I did a couple little S folds there at the end. And now our third round of stretch and folds. The dough is getting a little tougher. It looks amazing. It's just a little more tougher to work with. And we finish that up and let the dough rest again. And then half an hour later, we do our fourth round of stretch and folds and let it rest. This is what the dough looks like. It looked wonderful. I do my fifth round of folds. I did an S fold really quick. And then it took about 8 hours to rise in the oven. It's been pretty cold here in Central Texas, so the dough took a while. And now I laminated it and I put in my Confit Garlic, which I have a recipe for on my site. And then do a tight roll and shape it. And then it goes into the banneton and into the fridge. Then it was about 10 hours. And the next morning I woke up and I got it on my mat, scored it, got it in my hot Dutch oven. And it went into the oven at 450 for 35 minutes. And then I put it back in for 5 minutes. Got it to 210 degrees, as you can see here. Let it rest for about an hour and a half, and I cut into it, and it looks absolutely amazing.